guys, happy Thanksgiving. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We actually went over to some friend's house for Thanksgiving this year. My mom is down in Phoenix and she's having Thanksgiving with some friends, and so we were invited over to some friend's house here. And then John is at work. He had to go to work at 3. He works from 3 to 11 tonight, and he works his regular shift tomorrow. But today, because of Thanksgiving and people who get paid time and a half and all that kind of stuff, they sort of switch schedules around. So rather than working his regular 7:30 to 4 shift, he is working 3 to 11, and then tomorrow he works his regular shift. So we had a nice time over at our friend's house, and now I'm just gonna kind of hang out. Thought I would do a little bit of early Black Friday shopping. Some of those places online, I hate to go to stores on Friday after Thanksgiving and shop. It's just too much craziness for me. So yeah, just kind of hanging out here. And I made one purchase on Groupon last night with some specials they had, and then I don't know, I'm probably not going to buy a ton of stuff this year. I usually buy bath bombs and but I have a lot of bath bombs, and a lot of times I get stuff from Candles by Victoria, but I have a lot of my wax melts from there, and so I don't know. I may not buy a whole lot, but I thought I would at least check out some of the specials they have. On Saturday, John and I are going down to Phoenix. My nephew and his wife and kids are going to be well, they're actually there now. They've got family down there, my nephew does. So they were there for Thanksgiving, and my nephew is actually adopting a little girl. He and his wife are adopting this little girl, and she's probably about a year and a half now. Hey you guys, it's Saturday. John and I are headed down to Phoenix to meet my great niece for the first time. I'm very excited about that. My nephew, his wife, and their kids are going to be there, and then my mom, who has been staying down at her house for the last week, she is coming over a little bit later, and we're all just going to hang out and love on this little girl and, I don't know, go to lunch, and we're just going to be down here for the day, and then we're heading back up the hill. It's going to be 70 degrees in Phoenix. I think the high in Flagstaff is going to be around 52, and we're supposed to get rain and snow toward the end of the week or next week, so hopefully we do get some weather in Flagstaff. We need it.
Look at you in your cute little Christmas outfit. Yeah, it's got a little hood that's stupid. Do you love your Christmas outfit? She says, heck no.
Hey guys, I'm on campus right now. I just came out of a meeting for that committee I told you I was invited to be on, to choose somebody for the President's Distinguished Teaching Fellows. Anyway, it was a really great meeting, and it was kind of fun to be back in the university environment and just, you know, good conversations. I decided I would walk over to the student union and grab something for lunch. It's about 1:30 now, and I'm hungry. And then after that, I'm going back to the apartment to change clothes, and then I'm going over to my mom's house to help her rake some pine needles. Fun. Hey guys, it is, what day is it? Wednesday. And John and I are going over, they're doing this thing with our apartment complex. It's a thing that's along with one of the shops in our area. We actually live in an apartment complex that is above and connected to a bunch of shops and restaurants right here. It's kind of a little trendy area in Flagstaff now, and there is a place called Board and Brush, and you go there and you make little signs on wood. And I've seen it a lot. It's not a store that's open all the time. It's one where you set up like parties and things, and then people come to that and they get to make stuff. So our apartment complex is collaborating with Board and Brush to have people from the complex come over and make stuff tonight. And it's called Sip and Paint, so you can bring your own alcohol. And then you get to choose which thing you're going to make. John and I actually had looked through the list. There were probably 15 different options. Most of them were signs that say something, you know, like fresh coffee all day, or, you know, welcome, something like that. Well, there was one thing that was, and I knew, well, first of all, I was surprised that John wanted to go. I thought this would be something that, you know, would be a girly sort of thing, but he didn't care. And so he looked through and found this one thing that is a little painted succulent plant in a pot. And so when he picked that out, I said, well, what one do you think that I should make, thinking about what would go in our house? And he said, well, I think we should both make one of these, and then we can put them side by side on the wall, which I thought sounded like a neat idea. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to that at 6 o'clock. I'm getting ready to make a HelloFresh meal. They're called garden quesadillas. And I've been doing HelloFresh now for a couple months and have really been loving the fact that the meals are really good. They're simple to make, and then also when you buy the, you know, if you buy ingredients to go with a recipe, say that the recipe calls for 2 scallions. Well, you have to buy a whole bunch of scallions, and then, you know, you either have to figure out a way to use them up or they start to go slimy in the refrigerator. So I've loved the fact that when you cook with HelloFresh, they send you exactly what you need. And we have such a small refrigerator. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, look how wide it is. I mean, like, here I am standing here. It is a small refrigerator. And so it's just nice to get exactly what we need, because if I go to the store and I buy the ingredients for 3 meals, then our refrigerator is just, this refrigerator is just packed. And so we just decided that, you know, doing 3 HelloFresh meals a week is a great way to go. So I am cooking one of those tonight. Oh, I just wanted to let you know, I think I've mentioned this before, but every so often HelloFresh will send me, well, I have a coupon code that you can use, and I'll list that in the space below this video. So if you decide to sign up for HelloFresh, you get $30, $40 off your first order. But what they have given me to give away is 5 free weeks, like a week of food, meaning 3 meals. And so I can give that away to people who have never signed up for HelloFresh. So if you're interested in doing that, I have 5 right now, so it'll be first come, first served. And just send an email to me at busybeingjen@gmail.com. So Jen with just one N, but busybeingjen@gmail.com. Let me know. And then I enter in on their website, I put in your name and your email, and then they'll send you an email. You click on that, and then you get your week of free food. You sign up, but if you don't want it after you receive your first week, you cancel. And they, you know, I've stopped and started HelloFresh a few different times. They've never given me any trouble with canceling. You can even skip weeks, so you don't have to have it sent to you every week. So it's really easy to get out of if you don't want to stay with it. But I would just encourage you to send me an email at busybeingjen@gmail.com and let me know, and then I can have that sent to you. But anyway, so the big news is that it's supposed to snow tomorrow and the next day. It says 100% chance of snow. I think it's supposed to start in the afternoon, and we're supposed to get 3 to 5 inches. So that'll be kind of nice. You know, we've had a little bit of snow, like maybe an inch, but here it is still November, the end of November, and we still haven't had any significant snow, which isn't surprising. Our biggest snow month here is March, so most of our snow comes in the spring. But this time it's supposed to give us a good little dump of snow, and quite frankly, I'm looking forward to it, so that's going to be fun. The other thing we're going to do either tonight or tomorrow night is we're going to go over to Eddie Bauer, because I got an email that said that they're having, well, you have to receive an email for this, but it's called, they're having Cyber Week instead of Cyber Monday, and you get 50% off an entire purchase. So everything you get. We went on Monday and I bought myself a pair of gloves that were originally $35, and I think I got them for $19 after tax. And so that was nice. But I need a new winter coat. The coat that I wear most of the time is, you've probably seen me in car chats wearing it. It's just black. It's kind of like quilted, but it has down in it. So it's not a big puffy jacket, but it is quite warm. But I've had it for 10 years and it's kind of short-waisted, which was the style 10 years ago. And I've been kind of thinking I probably need to get a new one. And then when I saw that there's 50% off an entire purchase, plus based on our past purchases, they've given us an additional $10 off. So 50% off plus an additional $10 off. I think that'll be a pretty good time to get a coat. So we're going to do that. Depending on when John gets home from work, we may have time to go over to Eddie Bauer before the sip and paint class, but if not, then we'll just go tomorrow. Kind of looking forward to doing that. Monica is playing with a toy on my feet right now. So anyway, that's just a little update, and hope you guys are doing well, and I will show you the snow tomorrow.
Destroyed. All of a sudden it was Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden no, it's here. It's totally been crazy. Like that's just the way it is, you know. But like you've been so amazing, and like I do like we share this.
That was a fun event tonight, and here's how they look. We ended up putting a coating of wax on top of them to sort of protect the paint, and it also brings out the color of the board a little bit more, and it also kind of shows the board through the paint a little bit. So we're just going to let these sit out. They put hangers on the back of them for us, and then we're going to let them just sit propped up so that the wax absorbs into there, and then hang them somewhere. But that was a lot of fun tonight. Well, here it is. It snowed a couple of inches overnight, and it's still snowing. It only looks like about 2 inches here, but I just saw the news, and downtown, I guess that it's more like 4. So maybe it's just that this, you know, where we are with the apartment complex is warmer or something, or maybe it's just my my little courtyard area is warmer, and so it didn't hang on to as much snow. But it's supposed to come down for the next few hours, I guess, and then taper off after that. But nice to have a little bit of snow. I'm on my way to take Monica over for a vet appointment, but look how beautiful and snowy it is. It's still coming down a little bit, but there's definitely probably 4 inches of snow that fell overnight. So isn't it interesting, at this vet office, oh, there's Monica in the chair, they don't have tables or counters. They just have blankets on the floor because, you know, animals usually aren't up on counters. So it's kind of nice. The vet, the last couple of times, or the last time I was in here, the vet just sat on the floor with Monica, and so I think it's kind of a neat setup they have. She's certainly very interested. We're in here for just a check on when she hurt her leg when she was at day camp, and she jumped off a play structure and she was limping. She's been fine, but I just, she's yiped a few times when she's jumped down, so I just want to make sure it's not a knee problem. I'm guessing it was probably just a muscle strain, but we'll see. She was 15.6 pounds today. I'm guessing the 0.6 was probably from her breakfast, so she's probably 15 pounds, which is, she's gained a pound
in the since the last time she's been here, which was a couple months ago. So she's filling out, I guess. I thought 14 was going to be it, but looks like 15 is going to be probably around what her weight is. So the vet said that Monica's fine. It was a muscle strain. They said that she needs to not go to day camp for probably another month, 3 or 4 weeks. And then she does want me to start walking her though, to get her leg moving and just kind of build the strength. The interesting thing was, and I'm actually not surprised, she said that Monica is fat, that she needs to lose a pound. So last time when we were there, I think she weighed 14.3 and today she was 15.6. And she said possibly part of that is changing her food. We changed her to adult food, but we followed the package directions for how much to feed her. And the vet said that's always too much. They said if the animal is not spayed or neutered and it is young and active, then you should follow the amounts they say to on a package. But when they have been spayed or neutered, it slows their metabolism, and so you're not supposed to give them quite as much. So I normally give Monica 3/4 of a cup twice a day, and she said to cut that back by like 1/8 of a cup. Just cut that down just a little bit. And then getting her back walking again is going to help. But she just said that she's just a little bit too tubby. We started noticing that she was getting little boobies, and so that it didn't come as a big surprise to me. But we've also not been walking her and not taking her to day camp, so she's not burning calories either. So yeah, so that's going to be the new thing. Monica's not going to be too bummed by it though. She's not a big eater. So it's not going to be too hard to cut her back. I don't think she's going to shed any tears over that. But at least she's fine. They didn't need to give her any medication. They said that she feels pretty good. Her legs feel pretty good. No atrophy, nothing like that. So yay, our little girl is doing okay. And I can get out the door with her because I've been avoiding. She's pretty active in the apartment as it is, but I've just been avoiding walking her. And it was also good to get some instruction on how much walking to do. So she said just start with a mile, and then since I typically go out for like 3 or 4 miles at a time, that's what I would like to be able to work up to. And she said work up to 4 miles over the course of the next month. Hi guys, it's so dark. It's 5:45 right now. I'm heading over to a little class about essential oils. I think I might have told you about this. John and I went to one a few months ago. A friend of ours who is a physician's assistant. I had to turn a light on there so you could see me a little better. A friend of ours who is a physician's assistant is into aromatherapy and essential oils, and so we had gone to a class that was about pain and essential oils that are and combinations that are effective for pain. And we learned about the different essential oils, and then also got to make a cream with well, all of us got to kind of make our own blend based on some of the information we learned. And some oils were better for like joint pain, and then there were other oils that were better for other kinds of pain. So tonight she's having another class. This one focuses on stress management, and I really, have not been under too much stress in recent months since, the sadness of everything we were dealing with our parents has passed, and we're settled in after moving, and I'm retired and all of that. So, but I thought it would be good to go just to get some good information and learn a little bit more about essential oils. So the class costs $25, and it's a 2-hour class where we learn about the different oils for those purposes, and then we get to make something that we take home with us. And while I'm not really in a position of needing stress management. The girl is also my friend, and I thought I would support her in that. So I'm heading over, and I just wanted to let you know I was doing that so that when I put in some video clips of what we do tonight, or photos or something, you'll know what that's from.
So last night at the class that I went to, there were only 4 people there, so it would have been really awkward for me to be filming, so I did not film. But we made a cream, and also this is an inhaler. So you take this, and there's a little, like cotton thing, except for it's more dense than that fills this up. And so I soaked up a blend of essential oils in there, and then you just put that up to your nose and sniff it. This one, well, I'll show you. I have the oils that I put in there on this, but I've got a more detailed sheet. This is lotion, and I called this one Hello Morning because it just smells a lot like bright, fresh, sunny day. And this one, Time for Bed, because it has kind of a relaxing smell. I figured I would put this on my hands before I went to bed, kind of inhale that before I go to sleep. So she gave us a whole bunch of information about essential oils. Okay, so then she gave us a formula here. So if you want a 1% dilution, a 2% dilution, or a 3% dilution, and how this works is you would make a 1% dilution if, if this was for a child or somebody who's old or pregnant, and even she talks about certain oils that you're not supposed to use if you're pregnant. But anyway, so if you're old and frail, or you're young, or you're pregnant, then you would use a 1% dilution. A 3% dilution would be if you were doing something that's for a specific condition, like it says here, for relief of pain, cold, or flu. And then a 2% dilution is basically what you use for everything else. So that's what we did. And then this is a 1 ounce container. And so we were looking at making something that had 10 to 12 drops in it. You can use a little more than that if you need to, if you're trying to balance out the oils. I ended up using 17 drops in mine just because I couldn't get the right balance of it, but it still came out super mild. So anyway, my lotion blend, I had ylang ylang, grapefruit, and ginger grass. I'd never smelled ginger grass before. In fact, I don't even think Young Living sells that. And so these were the different totals of drops that I put in. For this one, she said we could put up to 25 drops. And that little thingamajig that's inside will soak up that much. If you put more than that, it's just going to get real drippy. So I used Clary Sage, which Young Living does sell, but I have never even smelled that before, and it's really nice. And then vetiver and grapefruit. So it just has a heavenly scent. It's just so nice. So next month's class is going to be on the immune system, and so I guess we'll be making something or a few things that will have to do with strengthening our immunity. So for my birthday,
John got me one of those Amazon Echo Spots. They're, you know, the Alexa thing. Oops.
Anytime.
Anytime you say her name, she listens in on you. No. Anyway, so we decided to listen to Christmas music. So John came out here and said her name. I'm not going to say it or she'll stop. Said her name and then said play Frank Sinatra Christmas music. So this morning that's what we've been listening to. We've been having a lot of fun with this. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about it, because it's got some neat things that it does. And there are little routines you can set for it, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you have one, tell me what you love the best about it, and or what you don't like. And if you are not that familiar with it and would like me to kind of talk the details of it, let me know.
So we're out for a walk today since Monica has to lose a pound. This is in her cute little outfit. Thought I would show you, this is the big Christmas tree. It's outside our complex. We can actually see it from our bedroom window. So we thought, oh, we don't need to put up a tree this year because we got this tree, but we are going to put up, we're going to put up our small tree. So I was thinking that I wasn't going to put up a tree this year mostly because our apartment just doesn't have a lot of room for it. But then I remembered we had that little pencil tree that I bought last year that I hung all my teacher ornaments on. So John's heading over to the storage unit right now. He's getting lights so he can decorate the patio. But he's gonna pick up the small tree and then we're gonna hang on it, not my teacher ornaments necessarily, but just any ornaments that are not breakable, because Monica has never been around a Christmas tree. And so I have no idea what she'll do, but we figure we'll just put our unbreakable ornaments on there. It's a much smaller tree, so we won't be able to fit all of them anyway. Anyway, we also, as a family, are going to be opening gifts at our house. My nephew and his wife, they have 2 children, and then they're adopting a little girl who will be with them for Christmas, and she's a 1.5 years. And so they're going to be coming to, we're going to actually go to this place for brunch that day, and then afterwards we're going to come over to our place, and my mom will be coming too, and then we'll be opening gifts together there. So I thought it would be weird if they came over and we didn't have any Christmas decorations. So that's kind of the plan. I'll show you that when I get things decorated. We do have a wreath on the front door that my father-in-law sent us. He ordered from LL Bean and sent one to all the kids, and then another one on the inside. So when I get things decorated, I'll show you.